Hey, this is Tracy with Color Me This. I have a update on some supplies that I bought for Prime Day. And I have just confirmed that the first purchase that I am going to go over with you is still set at the Prime Day price. And that is the Amazon Basics colored pencils. So what I've got is, first I'm going to show you my personal set of the Amazon Basics. I have them right now in with my Brute Funer squares, the pastels, which I already, the Brute Funer pastel set, they're called the Macarons, and there's 50 of them. I already owned a copy of those, so I now have duplicates for the Brute Funer squares, the pastels, and the Amazon Basics. Now, I know the Amazon Basics have a big plus and a big minus. So the big plus is that they have a very large core. So large, I think it's one of the largest core pencils until you hit like the drawing pencils. So that core, and here's the back end, because look at how much core there is there versus the wood. So that is a big plus. The minus on these is that you only get 72. So with the 72, you don't have enough colors. Sorry, I walked away from my desk because I want to show a couple more things about the basics. So if you don't have the Prismacolors, one of the really interesting bits about the Amazon Basics is how well they match up. Even though there's only 72 of them, they have a very nice, I'm gonna raise up my camera so it will shake for a minute. I want to try to get the whole list showing for you. So on the left are the basics, on the right are the Prismacolor matches. There are a couple, like this purple 528, here I'll make it a little higher. You need to, in order to match that Amazon Basic color, you do have to mix two Prismacolors. But for the most part, the colors match. Like even there's like this grade lavender 1026, you have a very close match if you use these three light layers of the basics. So no, you don't have enough colors. Here's the rest. So there's actually a front and a back. However, you can complement your color set, which is what I have done with my own personal set with, I'm going to show you the Macarons. Interestingly enough, the Macarons that I bought, I purchased on Temu. And I've already talked about a set, the Brute Funer 180s I bought, and the case was smashed, the tin. So I sent them back. I just could not take the risk of having the cores of the pencils be all broken. I didn't even want to start to swatch them because I don't own the 180s. And I am trying to get set up for having a coloring group here. So I don't want people wanting to use my personal set of pencils that these particular pencils I very painstakingly color matched to Prisma. So between the pastels, which here are the pastels that I now have a second set of, I got a great deal on, I don't even know, on Temu. I'll come back, I'll look up what I paid. It was in the teens, the low teens. Let me, I think it's so interesting, the whole Temu experience, that I am going to find. And I'm going to pause, and I will come right back so I can tell you how much I paid. All right, sorry about that. I've got my list out now. So through Temu, so this is free shipping. I do have to pay sales tax. the Brute Funer Macarons, which are the 50 that are like definitely the Holbein knockoffs, were $9. I don't know if the pricing on them has stayed the same, because I have, since I bought the 520s, I've noticed prices have gone up. Then I digress a tiny bit, because I wanted the Black Barrel, which I'm going to do a video on the Black Barrel pencils in general, what all of my findings are about them. But what I need to get are, there is a Color in a red tin, 180s, and Temu, it seems the only brand right now, there's two brands that seem prominent on Temu, and that's Marie's Art Supplies and the Kalour with a K, Kalour. And they have the Black Barrel. I have a Kalour 120 that has a 3mm Black Barrel, and that's what it says on the advertising, and I bought from Temu for $31, which I think is a screaming deal. And the only way I found it is in Google, because you can't search very easily. Temu purposefully makes it so that you go through a bunch of crap to find what it is that you want. So I was doing shopping in Google and typed Kalour 180. And I wanted to look for the Black Barrels, not the full colors. So I found them because they came up in the search results for $31. But when I type Kalour 180 in Temu's search engine, I cannot get to them. So that's just something to note, that Temu is a little bit tricky and you have to be really diligent. So back to the 3 sets of pencils that I want to work together in between the 3 sets, which is the square Brute Funers, the Macarons, and the Amazon Basics. I have all but 13 Prismacolors covered, and I have labeled them all, and the labels don't stick perfectly well. So I just feel if people want to see my collection, and these are the pencils that I feel are for colorists who are not doing professional work, these 3 are a great combo set. So if the 72 isn't enough, you can supplement with the 50, and I'm going to give you the prices of the 3, and then you've got the squares. The squares I've paid in the 20s. I have 2 sets, so I already have a set for people to play with that aren't my labeled set. I have the Macarons, and I will tell you that on Prime Day, I had already put on my list that I was going to go ahead and get a smaller set of the Amazon Basics, not the 72. I paid $9.30 for the 24 set. They are right here. So the 24 set I bought right before Prime Day. I wasn't even really thinking about Prime Day. And so when Prime Day hit, Hub and I are used to doing some shopping on Prime Day, you know, electronics and different things. So here's the colors you get with the 24. What you miss with the 24, I feel, for people who are just starting out coloring, is the ability to do blending of the light, mediums, and darks. I just don't think the range of colors is quite enough. Like, you don't have the blues. You can't make a set of a light, medium, and dark blue. The greens, I would like to go, this mint green doesn't really work with these 2 greens. The browns, you only get 3. So there's just not enough colors for me to have somebody play with these and achieve some blends. The oranges are good, yellow to orange here, even into the red. So that color set, I think, are good for people to practice with. So I noticed on Prime Day, I already have all of my art supplies, you know, that I own, and colored pencils are in a list. And I noticed that the 72 set, oh, here's what I paid. I paid $9.44. So this was for sale for like the $6 range. And I'm like, boy, $3 off. I don't know. This is within the 30 days. I mean, I had just bought these. So with the $17.10, I noticed on the page that there was a promotion. Whether you bought the 24, the 48, or the 72 of the basics, if you bought $50 worth of Amazon Basics products, which they had like a whole tons of products, all different product lines, grocery and beauty products, all sorts of products. I can't even think of all the different categories. Office products. So I bought $50 worth of supplies, including a 72 set, which is sitting here. So with the special promotion plus Prime Day, I got this 72 set for $13 because I got 20% off of the 17. So that is something to consider. I bought, let's see, what are the things that I bought? I bought quart bags that I use for crafting. I hold my 6x6 paper that the 12x12s I chop down to 6x6, and I buy a lot of DSP for my other channel for crafting. So having extra quart bags, I mean, I use them, like 50 or 100. I mean, I can't even tell you how many 6x6 cut down DSPs I have sitting right next to me from 5 years worth of making cards. And they're all in quart bags. So I bought a big pack, a big box of 150 quart bags. I bought sleeves. I use sleeves. I save every different design tutorial that I get when I go to some crafting retreats, and I save all of those. They're in a big binder. So I go through the sleeves to protect them. So I bought another 100 of those. I bought ibuprofen, big bottle. It's probably about the same price as what you can get at Walmart. And a couple of other things. So those things plus the 72 equaled the $50. So I got 20% off, and it's still valid. So I'm going to get this posted today for anybody who is even considering the 72 set. $17 is a great price, but $13 is a way better price because you get the 20% off. That's another $3.40 off. So what did I do? I returned the 24. And I'm not used to Amazon doing this very often anymore. It used to be that they did it more often, but because this was a $9 item, but then it was down to like $6. It was $4.50 for the 24 with that extra 20% off. So I'm like, I just can't keep these. I'm going to return them. So I did the return, and they told me I could keep them. So here I have now the 24 and the 72. Lots for people to play with. These will go over. I have a special, my travel 7-drawer. It's a mini desk that has a flip up top to extender to the top. That is going to house all of my pencil supplies. So the 24 and the 72 are going in. I am going to not put my supplies for people to peruse them. I will keep them in the cases they came in if they were nice enough, and if they're not nice enough, I'm going to go ahead and put them in a small case just big enough to house whatever set that I have. And I will get this posted today. It's kind of jumping ahead of another video that I'm going to do on gel pens, because the gel pens that I bought, I also bought on Prime Day. I bought the Tan Mitt, and my favorite gel pens are glitter. So I really wanted, I have the Castle Arts. They're okay. I have Jelly Roll. I don't want to buy the full set of Jelly Roll because some of the different, they have these different things, like it has silver outlining or colored outlining and silver in the middle. I don't want all those. I pretty much just love glitter. So the Tan Mitts I looked today, so I was going to do that video first, and they are no longer on sale. though their sale price was nowhere near as interesting as the Amazon Basics price. I love the Amazon Basics. They're a very soft pencil. They're very similar to the Brute Funer squares. I will soon have some blacks that are just like the Brute Funers, and I will be able to compare those. I do have some black core 120s that are, I noticed I had bought them for about 19 in a round barrel. I wanted to see how the round barrel works. It's not a way that I would store them, but I will keep that round barrel to show people, because I think those pencils are also a really good beginner set. And they are 120 for around $19, and they fluctuate between 19 to 24. And they're, for Prime Day, they were on sale for the same $19.95. And I noticed today they're still on sale on my saved private list. So the Amazon Basics, I think, are just a great value. And yes, there's only 72 of them, but like I said, if you partner them with the $9 Macarons, you have 72 plus 50, you have 125 wonderful pencils. And I think that those two sets alone, without even adding in, the Brute Funer squares, I think those two sets, so that's a whole, if you do the $50, you're going to pay 13 plus 9 is, $22 for 50 plus 72. So 122 really good high quality pencils, soft, buttery, blend really well. And with the Basics, you get the super huge core, so it'll last even longer. So that's all I've got for this video. I'm going to be jumping over to another video with the gel pens, and that will be fun because I actually sat and colored for the first time in my life an entire 8.5 by 11 image in 100% glitter pens. I don't know that I recommend it, but I did it, and it was very interesting, the techniques I used, and I'll talk about all that. So if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please leave them here about the Amazon Basics, about the Macarons, and my suite of 3 products here that I carefully curated and labeled to achieve all but 13 of the Prismacolors. I already have a video on the conversion guide that I used, but this particular project, I did a lot of the work myself, with a couple of videos that I very painstakingly wrote down all of the different combinations that the people noted, and then I verified everything. So that's all I've got. Do all the YouTube things. I am growing the channel. Let me know if you would like to see anything in particular being videoed. I'm trying to stay updated on like the pricing of things as of today, and the quality, and looking at, cores of the pencils, how do they work. I read the reviews, and so if you have any questions at all, leave them here and I would love to answer them. And as always, thanks for watching.